Hey everyone, today's video is about when you get your period. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. The day started like any other, though you noticed a slight dull ache in your lower abdomen. As you rolled out of bed, you tried to ignore it, figuring it was just some lingering tiredness or something. And after all, training had been grueling yesterday, and a little soreness was expected. You stretched your arms above your head, releasing a yawn as you shuffled into the bathroom. As you brushed your teeth, your eyes widened in realization as you quickly spit out the toothpaste and pulled down your pajama shorts. Sure enough, a small stain had begun to spread on the fabric. You let out a groan, mentally cursing the universe for its horrible timing. Great, just great, you muttered to yourself. Hastily cleaning up and changing, you grabbed the pad from under the sink, applying it with a practiced hand before heading back to your room. The cramps started as you were pulling on your uniform, a sharp twist in your lower stomach that made you wince. You knew, though, that this was just the beginning. After getting ready, you made your way downstairs to meet with the others. The common area was already bustling with activity. Midoriya and Ida were discussing something animatedly, while Mina and Kirishima were goofing around on the couch. But the one person that you were looking for, Bakugou, was standing by the kitchen, leaning against the counter with a scowl on his face, probably annoyed by the noise so early in the morning. "Morning, Katsuki," you greeted, trying to sound cheerful despite the discomfort that was simmering in your abdomen. Bakugou grunted in response, his eyes flickering over you briefly before he returned his attention to the coffee he was making. "You look like shit," he commented, bluntly. His usual sharp tone softened just a bit, though you knew that it was his way of showing concern. "Thanks," you replied dryly, rolling your eyes. Just what every girl needs to hear in the morning. Bakugo huffed, crossing his arms over his chest. "I'm just saying. You're pale, and you keep wincing. What's up?" You hesitated for a moment, not sure if you wanted to reveal the reason for your discomfort. Bakugo wasn't exactly known for his tact, and the last thing you wanted was for him to make some offhanded comment about it. "It's nothing. Just didn't sleep well." Bakugo narrowed his eyes, clearly not buying it. But before he could press further, the others began to file out of the common area, ready to head to class. He took the opportunity to slip past him, hoping to avoid any more questions. Class was torture. The cramps only got worse as the morning went on, becoming a constant pain that made it hard to concentrate on anything other than the clock ticking agonizingly, slowly, toward lunch. You found yourself shifting uncomfortably in your seat, trying to find a position that didn't make you want to curl up into a ball. Bakugo, who sat beside you, noticed you fidgeting. He shot you a sidelong glance, his brow furrowing as he watched you chew on your lip, clearly in discomfort. "You're still acting weird," he muttered under his breath, low enough that only you could hear. You shook your head slightly, not trusting yourself to speak without giving away how much pain you were actually in, but Bakugo wasn't easily deterred. "Seriously, what's wrong with you?" he demanded, his voice slightly louder this time. "If you're sick or something, just go to recovery, girl." "I'm fine," you insisted, through gritted teeth, trying to keep your voice steady. "Just let it go, okay?" Bakugo's eyes narrowed, clearly not satisfied with your answer, but before he could say anything else, the bell rang, signaling the end of the class. You let out a breath of relief, quickly gathering your things and making a beeline for the door. By the time lunch rolled around, you were seriously considering taking Bakugo's advice and heading to Recovery Girl. The pain had become almost unbearable, radiating through your lower back and legs. You felt nauseous, your head pounding in time with the cramps, and you were starting to regret not saying anything earlier. As you made your way to the cafeteria, you barely noticed the figure that fell into step beside you until Baku's voice cut through your haze of pain. "You're limping now," he observed, his tone sharp with irritation. "You can't keep saying you're fine when you look like you're about to pass out." He swallowed hard, not sure how to respond. Part of you wanted to snap at him, to tell him to mind his own damn business, but the other part, the part that was exhausted from the constant pain, wanted nothing more than to let him take care of you. Finally, you sighed, realizing there was no point in hiding it any longer. "I got my period, that's basically all." You admitted quietly, your face flushed with embarrassment. "But it's really bad this time." Bakugo blinked, taken aback by your sudden confession. For a moment, he just stared at you, clearly not sure what to say. Then, to your surprise, his expression softened slightly. "Why didn't you say anything earlier, Damas?" he asked, though his voice lacked its usual bite. "You know you don't have to go through this alone, right?" You shrugged, feeling a little self-conscious under his gaze. "I didn't want to bother anyone. It's just cramps, and they'll go away eventually." Bakugo frowned, clearly displeased with your response. "That's stupid," he said bluntly. "You don't need to suffer just because you think you're being a burden. Come on, we're going back to the dorms." Before you could protest, Bakugo had grabbed your hand, pulling you along with him as he led you out of the cafeteria and back towards the dorms. You were too tired to argue, instead, focusing on keeping up with his quick pace despite the pain. When you finally reached the dorms, Bakugo led you straight to your room, his grip on your hand firm, but not painful. He pushed open the door and gently guided you inside. "Should have just told me. I would have helped you sooner." You looked down at your hands. "I didn't want to seem weak." "There's nothing weak about needing help." "Thanks, Bakugo." "Whatever. Now lie down. I'll get you something to help with the pain." A few moments later, after you obeyed, he returned with a glass of water and a painkiller. "You should sleep. I mean, I can stay here until you feel better." You looked up at him. "You don't have to stay, Bakugo. I'll be fine." "Shut up. I'm not leaving until you're better. So just deal with it, I guess." A warm feeling spread through your chest. "All right, if you insist." As you closed your eyes, the pain slowly began to fade, thanks to the painkiller, and you felt a sense of comfort, knowing that Bakugo was there. He might be rough around the edges, but when it mattered, he was always there to support you. "Thank you." And Bakugo didn't say anything, but you felt his hand gently brush against yours, a silent reassurance that he wasn't going anywhere. And with that, you drifted off to sleep. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye!